A very good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to another episode here on the Life Signatures Radio. It's been a marathon. I'm telling you, this series that we're doing, I didn't know this series is going to grow on me like it has in the previous 3 episodes. This series is about leadership. We're talking about the case for purpose in leadership. The case for purpose in leadership. And I said maybe 2 episodes back, I said, why are we even talking about this? It should be obvious that leadership has purpose in it. It should be obvious. But obviously it's not. That's why we've got to talk about this. That's why we've got to put ourselves in this situation where we've got to talk about the case for purpose in leadership. And listen to me. If you're listening to me and you have a leader, or you are a leader, or you're in a leadership position, or you're in a leadership group and so on and so forth, please share these episodes with as many leaders as possible, and let us have a virtual discussion of sorts. Let our consciousness be pricked. Because I believe that this message is not just theory. This is a spiritual message on leadership. Leadership is spiritual, actually. And let us learn from one another about this. Today, let us continue talking about this. Stay tuned.
Welcome to the Life Signatures podcast with Lawrence Namale. Lawrence is a life coach, author, and keynote speaker who loves to tackle different topics on purpose, productivity, and resilience. His mission in life is to awaken all your boundless possibilities available in you. Life Signatures podcast is dedicated to bring to reality every single person who knows that deep down in their gut, there's got to be more to life than this. And now, here is your host, Lawrence Namale.
What are we learning so far? What are we learning? Yesterday we learned one thing. We learned that leadership is not a profession. Leadership is not a career. Leadership is a calling. And we say, this statement I made yesterday, that a leader of purpose trembles at the very noble responsibility, knowing that it is a calling. No one takes this calling by themselves. It is a calling. That's why it starts with purpose. It begins with purpose. In your heart, you are driven. When you say that somebody has got to do something about this, you are a leader. You've already identified purpose in there. And not that I want to be a leader because I want to line my pockets. I want to live well. There's a particular season in Uganda where there were elections, and someone popular went on a campaign trail, ostensibly telling people, in fact blatantly telling people, I want to go there so that I can also eat. And guess what? They elected the dude. They voted for him. He became a member of parliament. And they called him a leader. We have perverted leadership so much so that the version of leadership that we have today is so perverse, and we don't even know. We can't even recognize it. We can't even recognize that it is perverse. In fact, we want to be it. We aspire to be there. We aspire to get there so that they can drive us in this fuel guzzlers, the V8s of this world, with police outriders, with sirens, clearing the roads of ordinary people. Ordinary people should step aside. The leader is passing. It's that perverse. And it's not once in a blue moon, it's daily. In fact, if you're in traffic, how many times will you be cleared out of the road in one day? Because a leader has got to pass with a convoy. It's become so perverse, it's sickening, and we don't even know, we haven't even recognized it. We don't even know how perverse the kind of leadership that we are seeing today is. We don't even know. Our children are being raised to see this form of leadership as if it's the normal form of leadership. When is the last time a true leader galvanized people by showing what true leadership is in the sense of purpose, which is putting people that are being led first, which is putting service first. We band-aid this word around. We say servant leadership this, servant leadership that. It is not a title again. Servant leadership is not a title. It is something that is seen. It is not theory. Oh, I am a servant leader. Shut up. You are not. You don't have to tell us. We just need to see that you are a servant leader. I don't know why I'm worked up. Any form of leadership that is not a calling will end up hurting people. Invariably, it hurts people. Because it has self-preservation, and let me tell you the cost of self-preservation in leadership in Africa. Not just Africa, but the world over. The cost is death, scandals, cover-ups, lies, smear campaigns. It's never about people. It's never about service. It's about self-preservation. Every time there is no purpose in leadership, people are going to get hurt. People are going to get killed. You go to elections, there is post-election violence, there is tribal clashes during campaigns. There are people, electoral officials getting kidnapped and being killed. It's become a self-preservation thing. It's like the jungle. You go to the Masai Mara, you see the lion chasing the zebras and feeding on them. That's what leadership is in Africa and other parts of the world today. People feeding on others. It's about people filling their stomachs. A leader ascends to power, and before you know it, they name their cabinet. 3/4 of the cabinet are his tribesmen, kinsmen, in a country of 60 ethnicities. It's pathetic, to say the least. You know why that is? It's because there is no purpose in that leadership. Take a look at some of our leaders around the continent of Africa today. 2 episodes back, I asked you a question. Can you name a true leader? Just one. Why would your mind start rotating the whole universe looking for a true leader today? Don't we have leaders in positions today, right now, even as I speak? Don't you have leaders occupying positions of leadership today as we speak? Aren't they there? They are there, countless, at very many levels. In Uganda, you start with LC chairman, and then you climb the ladders. You climb all the way. All the way. Are they true leaders? Is your LC chairman a true leader? Is your manager a true leader? Are you a true leader in your family? As a father, or even as a mother? It's that awkward moment when you're pointing fingers at other people and then you realize that the fingers are pointing at you. Can we say that we have purpose leaders? Purpose-filled leaders. Think about that for a moment. And I put to us that if we did have purpose-filled leaders, those with a mighty sense of responsibility, accountability, calling, they have a fundamental sense of calling, our societies will not be the same level they are at today. They will not. Roads, My wife, is it my wife or someone was telling me something some time back? There's a place in Uganda, in Kampala, called Gaba, I think. Maybe her friend, or is it her friend was telling her that road that they've been occupying, or in their vicinity, had stayed without tarmac for decades, maybe since independence. Why? Because there is lack of funds, there's lack of capacity? No. Because there's a leader there, or there have been leaders there. Then guess what happened? It was announced that the president is going to tour that particular area. Do you know the tarmac went up in a week? They had tarmac in a week because the president was going to visit that place. If our so-called leaders and ourselves will be filled with purpose first, believe me, there will be what the Bible calls a revival. We will be revived in our economies. We will be revived in our communities. Believe me, we will astound ourselves, like Edison said. We will just astound ourselves with what we can be able to do with purpose leadership embedded in our societies today. But that is not the case. It is not the case today. That's why when you're watching news, I dare you, open a news channel. The first 3 news items that you hear, I dare you, if they refer to purpose leadership, purpose-filled leadership, they refer to impact being created, lives being saved, hospitals being built, highways being created, rehabilitation centers being made. I dare you, come to me, I'll give you some money, some dollars. I don't know what country you are in. Look for me. If the first 3 news items in your country are about positive change by leadership, come look for me. Quote that news channel. I'm going to give you some $500. For me, the one person that I will always say exemplified true character of purpose leadership is the 3rd president of the Republic of Kenya, Mwai Kibaki. I can say this with authority because I was alive all the years that his predecessor was president. I was born when his predecessor ascended to power, just a year before. And I existed all my years under his leadership. And then Mwai Kibaki happened. In a space of 5 years, I had stayed in the village for 24 years, never seen electricity, never seen tarmac roads. That year that this Mwai Kibaki guy came to power, there was tarmac, there was electricity. Not because I am his kith and kin. I don't come from his ethnic tribe. And this is reported not just in my ethnicity, not just in my ethnic tribe. This achievement of tarmac roads and electricity is throughout the country. A servant leader had shown up. So servant leadership and purpose leadership is theory. It's not theory really. It is seen. It is about impact. It's about contribution. It's about others. Well, tomorrow we will continue talking about these things. Until then, bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to Life Signatures Radio. If you enjoyed today's show, subscribe to Life Signatures Radio on iTunes, Stitcher, or visit our website at lifesignatures.libsyn.com. Life Signatures Radio, fresh, clean, and inspiring.